fact, for cars, jeeps, vans and other light motor vehicles, the price was initially 20 rupees, but it has been increased to 75 rupees, and that is only for one way. If in fact you're going to the airport even to drop someone and come back, you will have to shell out 115 rupees as opposed to the 30 rupees. When it comes to minibuses, of course, from 35 it's increased to 120 rupees for a one-way journey, and from 50 to 175 for a two-way journey. Buses and lorries will also feel this particular hike pinch their pockets, as the previous fare of 70 rupees has been increased by almost 4 times to 235 rupees, and two-way the previous fare was 105 rupees and now it is 355 rupees. So as you can see there, it has increased by quite a bit, and this is exactly why the people are protesting with these particular fares at present being implemented. This particular road is the second costliest in the country is what we understand. Of course, the first being the Nice road, and in the city this is the second costliest road, and this has led to a lot of problems considering that a lot of traffic comes around in this particular area. And as you can see there, they also went on to go ahead and fine several of the cab drivers who created chaos in that particular region. And moving on to the big news just coming in, load shedding will take place in the state from today. In fact, it is said that the state is facing a 1,000 megawatt shortage, so load shedding will take place from today. Northern parts of Bengaluru will face 1 to 2 hours of load shedding. This is the big news coming in. Of course, we understand that there will be load shedding in the state from today, and considering that the state has been facing a huge shortage of 1,000 megawatts, several areas of Bengaluru will face problems, and especially northern Bengaluru will face about 1 to 2 hours of load shedding. My colleague Nishita joins us over the phone lines with more information. Nishita, what about the other parts of Bengaluru? Any word on the kind of shortage that each place will be facing?
Well, that is yet to be decided by BESCOM as well as CHESCOM, is what is being said. That's what D.K. Shivkumar has gone on to state. Now, what is the issue is that the entire, the requirement stands at 8,522 megawatts, including industries and domestic consumption. But now the amount being produced is 7,572 megawatts. Let's not forget that in the backdrop of a severe summer in the state of Karnataka, the water in many of the dams have come down drastically, which is leading to lesser production of power, and there is almost a deficit of 1,000 megawatts, and that's the reason why there will be load shedding. Bangalore North, we know, will face around 1 to 2 hours of load shedding, but BESCOM and CHESCOM are yet to take a call on how the load shedding will be divided across the state of Karnataka, how we will see Bengaluru suffer, whether we will see Bengaluru South and Central being fairly elevated of this because of the presence of a large number of IT companies as well as the central business district, and also what is the kind of burden that will be put on Bangalore Rural, which has a great amount of agricultural population, and Bangalore North as well. But for now, very sketchy details emerging, Akshata, but BESCOM and CHESCOM are yet to take a call on that. So in the next few days, in the next couple of days probably, we'll see reports emerging as to what will be the kind of load shedding distribution across the state.
Right, Nishita. Also, one will tend to question the timing of this. Almost seems perfect that it happened right after polling day.
That's right. The government obviously did not want to get to the bad side of the voters by announcing load shedding ahead of the elections, and clearly they were waiting for the elections to come to an end. And also, we can expect that in the next few days, if we can see some heavy rainfall, if in the onset of the monsoon season, if we do see some heavy rainfall across the state, maybe once again the power production will increase. So, and also D.K. Shivkumar had gone on to promise that in the backdrop of exams, there will be no load shedding to ensure that students can study for their exams without any interruption. That power will be borrowed from other states. But if we do see a poor monsoon this time around, like we have seen in the past, if we do see that the production of power will only lessen as we progress further into the year, then Karnataka could be in some serious trouble. Not only load shedding, we will have to shell out a large amount of money to borrow power from other states, Akshata.
Right, Nishita, also keeping in mind that this is the summer season, it's definitely going to affect Bengalurians to a great extent, and people will definitely rise up and protest against the load shedding.
That's right. It's summer, and as we know, it has been an unbearable summer. Bengaluru witnessing a temperature of 37 to 38 degrees Celsius is almost unheard of. And across the state also, we are seeing no relief, especially considering that in the farmer belt of Karnataka, in Mandya and the like, where water supply to the fields is of utmost importance in the scorching summer. And if we do witness load shedding to a larger amount in the rural areas, then we could see many of the farmers being affected because of this. So it is something that the government will have to think through. It was something that the government will have to think with a longer view in mind, a longer vision in mind, considering that they will have to take into account the possibility of monsoons failing, because we have already come to the beginning of May, and Bengaluru is hardly witnessing any rainfall, or for that matter, Karnataka is hardly witnessing any rainfall. So it is something that Karnataka will have to brace itself for. Need to get our act together and have to ensure that the crucial industries and also domestic consumption to a large extent remains unaffected, and that there is a long-term vision in place.
Right, Nishita, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But clearly, people are going to be affected at this summer season, as considering that the state is facing severe power shortage. Every place in Bengaluru will face load shedding. As of now, we do understand that in Bengaluru North, there will be about 1 to 2 hours of load shedding, and the other parts they yet to decide on. Well, Ramya was the toast of the town during the election campaign. She campaigned extensively, going to every nook and corner of the district. But now that the elections are over, Ramya seems to have gone low-key. Residents allege that Ramya is missing and that her number is now not reachable. Well, we've seen this time and again in the past that just before polling day during the campaign season, politicians are rather active. They're seen everywhere campaigning, but soon after the elections, they go completely off the radar. And that seems to be the case with Ramya as well. Remember, she had extensively campaigned all through the Sugar district, but now, bizarrely, she's gone completely missing and gone off the radar. Several residents allege that they tried to get in touch with her for some reason or the other. She is, of course, still the Mandya MP, but she seems to have forgotten her responsibilities and decided to move on. It seems almost like Ramya may have been taken a vacation soon after, considering that even her phone is switched off. But it definitely shows a sense of carelessness among Ramya and other politicians who have done this. Almost seems like post to the politics. It doesn't matter what their duty to their district or state is, as they have completely disappeared on a vacation. And well, Dalit organizations are holding a protest against Baba Ramdev's statements. The protests have spread not just from Hubli to Chikkodi as well. Well, this was in Chikkodi, as you can see there. Protests have broken out. Well, as you can see, anger on the streets there. This is in Chikkodi, where several people had come together to go ahead and demand action, demand the arrest of Baba Ramdev. As you can see that there was burning of tires, of effigies, and several such incidents. In fact, a band has been called for in Hubli over this particular issue, and several people were seen breaking out in violence. As you can see, the roads were filled with quite a bit of violence. So the anger against Baba Ramdev refusing to die down, people demanding the arrest of the controversial yoga guru, as he made some controversial statements on Dalits. Ever since citizens' anger has been splayed out on the streets of Karnataka, and it hasn't changed now. Hubli, there has been a Bandh called on Hubli. Shops were forcefully shut down, and besides that, tire burning incidents coming to light as protesters were seen taking their dharna to the roads. Besides that, in Chikkodi, as you can see, people came together in huge numbers and almost seems to have taken up a foot march of sorts, demanding the arrest of Baba Ramdev. His effigy was burnt. There was a chappal protest as well. So the anger against Baba Ramdev only escalating in the state as more cries for justice are being heard. More people coming out and stating that and calling for the arrest of Baba Ramdev. And moving on, all you Rajni fans, you can now get the chance to interact with the superstar. Rajnikant will soon be active on Twitter as he is all set to join the microblogging site in a week's time. It is said that his handle as well as his first tweet have already been planned. In fact, this will be the perfect publicity strategy for the team of Kochudayana, as the movie is set to release this weekend, and a couple of days from now Rajnikant will be on Twitter. So of course he will be the latest superstar after Amitabh Bachchan to go ahead and join Twitter, and there's no doubt that there will be a lot of excitement in the air once the Talaiva does join the microblogging site, as people will get a chance to interact with him on a personal note. It is said that his Twitter handle as well as his first post are all ready, and his tweet will be put up very soon. So of course there's a lot of anticipation for the same.